Today's model is a 3 bedrooms, 2 bathroom, and a 3-car garage. Let's have a look. Let's go. Hello and welcome to another episode of Orlando Home Show, where strategy matters, passion rules. And guys, I am back in Winter Heaven, and if you want to know more about Winter Heaven, make sure to check out Orlando Living with D, where I've done a video about Winter Heaven. There's a lot of growth that is coming in this corridor of Winter Heaven, Haines City, Lake Alfred, Lakeland, and today's the house that I'm showing is 3 bedrooms, 2 bathroom, and a 3-car garage on a 60 by 120 lot. Now, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathroom with a 3-car garage is a rare thing. You don't usually find that. Most of the time it's 3 bedrooms, 2 bathroom, 2-car garage. The first thing you're going to notice, you have this really nice big pad up front. You can easily park probably about 3 to 4 cars right there. You also have the 3-car garage. This is the 1-car bay, and then you have the 2-car bay with this beautiful coach light. Now, with every builder, they have different elevations. They have some elevation that comes with the stone and some without. And the price of this house out the door is $398 with some amazing upgrades. So let's go inside. So you have this nice walkway kind of leading you to your front door. So let's go inside and check this beautiful house out. Hello, and welcome to another beautiful builder floor plan. The model that I'm showing you today, or the floor plan rather I'm showing you today, is a 3 bedrooms, 2 bathroom, 3-car garage, all single story on a 60 by 120 lot. There is a CDD, and the CDD for 60-foot series with this builder in this community is about $199 a month. And then you also have an HOA of $69, which includes 2 pool, cabana, and also an amenity center with a gym. Now guys, if this is your first time, please press that thumbs up button, show me some love, because I bring you 8+ models all throughout Central Florida, Greater Orlando, Tampa Bay, and Ocala areas. This is a great resource. Last time I checked, we have done over 440+ videos. Every single model is a different model. I usually do not like to repeat my floor plans and the decorated model, but I do want to make sure that I go to every single floor plan that is available, because with the builders, what happens is they have like 10, 12, in some cases 15 different floor plans, but then they always have 3 or 4 similar floor plans furnished. And then for the rest of it, they give you this piece of paper that says, oh, this is the floor plan, this is how it looks, which is great. But I have had clients that have specifically asked, hey, can you do the Jazz model with this XYZ builder? Can you do this? Because for me and for my clients, I've noticed that walking through the house and kind of seeing how things are laid out is a much better thing than to look at some of the lines or some of the drawings of the floor plan. It helps, but I think walking through them is more important. And I made it a point that I'm going to find all the floor plan. Now, this is a new series of floor plan with this specific builder. This is one of my great builders that I've worked with in the past, and they really do a good job. It's an inventory builder. So what it means is that they're going to give you, this is the house, this is the price, this is the upgrade, and that's it. So there's no going to the design center and choosing, or there's no going to the pre-build meeting and all that kind of stuff. This is basically, now what they do have is 4 different interior packages, which will basically change in terms of, hey, what is the color of your flooring, what is the color of your carpet and your cabinet and the tiles that you get. So that is the thing that you need to keep in mind. Now, this is on a 60 by 120 lot, and it's 1,810 square foot, so which is nice. I'm standing right in the middle, and if you look at it, it's kind of really nice and wide, and I kind of like, and I also like the fact that you have this MVP included in the price, and there is no carpet other than the one in the bedroom. So this is a typical split floor plan where you have the 2 bedrooms and the secondary bathroom up front. So let's go into one of the bedrooms over here, which is a good size bedroom, and then you have the nice 2 big windows bringing about a good amount of light. The standard ceiling height is 8'8". However, because of the way this house is, because of the elevation, if you see, the ceiling height here actually goes all the way up to 12 feet. So which is nice. The other thing that I want to point out is that with this builder on their inventory home, and this is what they do, everything is included: your washer, your dryer, your refrigerator, your microwave, your dishwasher, and your blinds, and these are the nice magnetic blinds. I want to show you. Do you guys remember when we had those older ones where you have those threads and you got to do that? Now I have 2 little kids and I'm not a big fan of those, and I kind of love that these are magnetic, so kind of a, one less thing to worry about, but then you just have this little thing which is kind of nice. But the fact that these are magnetic and I can just do whatever I want to do and that it stays there is fantastic. I just love that. And then you also have the solid door that leads to your closet space. Nothing extraordinary about the closet space, your standard closet space, but it's nice that you have a solid door that leads you to it. And then this is the kind of carpet you get. And as I come out, you have your very first secondary bathroom. And yes, guys, these beautiful wave tiles are included. And hallelujah, they have this all the way up there. There is a light fixture right there, and then you also have a light. And the combination is basically MVP, like a gray tone cabinet, undermount sink, and this beautiful quartz included all in the price. And right now with this builder, what they are doing is with their inventory home, they are giving you up to 6% towards your closing cost and prepaid on top of buying the rate down. And wait till you hear this. They're buying your rate down to 5.375 at the time of the shoot of this video, not necessarily the release of the video. The rates are anywhere between 6.5 to 7.25. So it's really nice. They're making it affordable, and on top of that, they're giving you 6% that you can use to even further buy your rate down if that is something that you want to do, or you can just use it for your closing costs, and if there is any money left, then you can use that to buy your rate down even more. And right now I see this with a lot of builders. Right now the best possible deal that you would get with all the big builders is on an inventory home, because the builder's job is to build. So now they realize that they started a lot of inventory, and because of everything that happened during COVID, things kind of got blocked because there was shortages of labor, there was shortages in supply chain, and they planned a lot of homes. So the best possible deal that you are going to get would be on an inventory home. The bad side of that is you can't go to the builder and say, oh, I want this color tile and I want this. You can't do that. However, on an inventory home, they're willing to work with you. They might also give you some discount. We just closed a deal with one of my other clients with this builder, and on top of everything that they gave, we were able to get them to reduce the price another $10,000. So there's a lot that could be done, but if you are going to build from scratch, then you don't have that option because they already own the lot. They already own the land. They've already paid for it. It's not costing them money. So that is something that I really want you to keep an eye or keep in mind for that matter, because I want you to be able to make a good, well-informed, educated, and a strategic decision, because at the end of the day, that is what matters. And if you are thinking and contemplating about, hey, should I buy a house or should I wait? Should I see who the president becomes and what happens? Guys, I understand all this. Trust me, I, as a consumer myself who built a house, I understand everything that you are going through. But at the same token, the question that you really need to ask yourself is, hey, if I'm not going to buy now, but I can afford the house because I can afford the payment and I can afford the price, when the rates go down, all the people that are waiting are going to jump in the market. Now we have more buyers than the homes available, and then all of a sudden the builders are not doing anything. And yes, affordability has gone down because the rates went down, but then the prices will also start to creep up because there's less. It's just a basic economic that I want you to know, because this is something that I have seen over and over and over again. And as a consumer myself, I build my own personal house, and I can tell you that it's better that you are able to ask the right question than to time the market, because I have clients that are still timing the market. I have clients from 2006 and 7 that were renters and are still renters, and they're still waiting for the market to crash. And all the people that, like, if you want to think about this, all the people that lost a lot of money, people that stayed, made the money when everything changed. So it's really a matter of asking the right questions than to be emotionally involved with everything else. So you got to decide, because I want you to know, what is your rate? What is your rate when it comes to your rent? What is your rate? You don't get any benefit, at least when you have a house, your mortgage payment to a certain degree is tax deductible. So these are the things that you need to ask yourself what works for you and your family, because either ways you're paying a mortgage. If it's not yours, it's your landlord's. I would rather pay my own, if that makes sense. So you have this kitchen area. I love the fact that you have this space right over here. This could be a semi-private dining area overlooking or looking at the backyard, with this nice big window over here and another window. You have a light fixture over here, and then you have this 42-inch cabinet included in the price. And you know what else is included? This amazing soft touch. This is something that I always like. You know, and you do have to pay extra if you go to a design center, and if you want to build a home from scratch, all these things cost you more, including the microwave venting outside. That is something that you also have to pay extra for it. So these are the things that I want you to be aware of. You have this beautiful crown molding, and then you have this nice size island, the kitchen island. And I love that, you know, you're doing your thing, you have your TV, your family is doing whatever they're doing, you can keep a good eye, and the dining area is a little bit separate. I kind of like that. On a 60 by 120 lot, let me show you the outside, because I want you to see something. I want you to see how amazing. Like, you have this covered lanai area. Look at the size of this covered lanai. And then 60 by 120 lot kind of goes all the way up until right over here. You have all this land. You can build a good sized pool and then still have more land. So if you're into gardening, or if you have a fur baby, you know, you're a small dog and whatnot, it is really nice that you are able to do that. So this is really nice. You have a really good sized lot, and you know, 60 by 120 is a good sized lot. Usually in terms of your lot, you're going to have like a 40 by 110, 120, 50 by 110, 120, and a 60 by 120. Now there are some communities, and if you go more in the outskirts, you probably get one quarter of an acre, half an acre, or in some cases an acre, but they are very rare. And another thing I want you to know, I know a lot of people kind of get carried away. Oh, I don't want to pay CDD, or I don't want to pay an HOA, which I understand. But if you're going to buy a brand new home in a community, there is going to be an HOA. The only difference is how high or how low it is. So that is something you need to keep in mind. When it's a townhome or when it's a condo, it's completely different. They have a little bit more control. So that is something that you want to know. And it's not always a bad thing. $69, 2 pools. CDD is something which is basically a tax for the land development, for the infrastructure. Sometimes the builders will pay up front and there would not be any CDD, but then your prices are going to be a little bit higher. And then sometimes the CDD, because one way or the other, you as a consumer is still paying for it, and it's paying for the infrastructure for the most part, 30 years, which is separate from your taxes. So these are the things that you want to keep in mind. And when you do your numbers, all of this kind of come into play. I want to take you to the garage. It's a 3-car garage. I want to point out a couple of things. Now, before I go there, I want to show you the laundry. It's not really big, but the good thing is that your washer and dryer is included. You can always get the uppers later on, the cabinets, if that is something you want to do, because it would not be included, and it's not a design center option either, as I mentioned, because with this builder, they have 4 different plans, which basically talks about what color MVP and the cabinet color and the kind of trim that you are going to get. Let me go ahead and take you to the garage. It's a 3-car garage, and for the most part, you are going to get a raw garage, which basically is like this. Now, this is a block construction, which means it is a solid house. If it's a 2-story, for the most part, it's going to be block and frame. And the difference would be either it's a stucco finish or it's a siding finish. The other thing I want to point out is that your irrigation system control is inside the garage. It's a matter of personal choice. Like in my personal house that I built, my irrigation system is actually outside, and I prefer it that way, but it's pretty easy to do if this is something you want to do. With this builder, they just have that inside. For me, it works better because I have a lawn care guy who comes in, so he doesn't have to bother me. He can fix, you know, the irrigation, and he can see however he wants to water according to the county guidelines. But what I also love is that you have your water heater over here, and then you have a ballad right here kind of protecting, so you don't kind of run in your own water heater. You also have a garage door which is included. However, for your 3rd car bay, they have wired it for it. You would have to just pay. And as a real estate agent selling a lot of brand new homes, I actually carry a list of some nice like handyman and vendors who actually I have personally used when I build a house. And my own house did not have the garage door opener, so I had to get that. And I carry a list of some of the vendors that I have personally used so that it's a resource for you. And I want you to know that I'm here to help and serve you. Me and my team is there to help and serve you. And you want to make sure that finding the right agent is super important. You want to be able to work with somebody that makes sense for you in terms of they have the right knowledge and the experience to represent you in one of the most important thing that you would ever do. It's not like buying a refrigerator, washer, or a dryer, which you have to every now and then. It's buying your dream house, trying to know about the area, if the agent is aware of it. So please make sure to check our reviews on Google, Zillow, Facebook, and read some of those. Check us out on other different social media platforms. Right behind me is your master bedroom. And again, you have just the way the house is in terms of the elevation is you have a really nice tall ceilings right over here. Usually on a regular elevation, your ceiling height could be anywhere from 8'8" to 9'4". Because the way this is, it's like this. However, if you are buying a 2-story home, then the ceiling height is 8'8" and 8 for the most part. With some builders, it's 9'4" and 8. And with some builders, it starts with 8'8". And then you can pay extra if you want to do a 9'4". But for the most part, the 2nd-story ceiling height, probably 8 out of 10 builders, the ceiling height would be 8'8" or 8. Very rarely I have seen a 9-foot ceiling height on a 2nd floor. So just some information for you so that you can decide, because having a nice big ceiling height kind of definitely makes the house looks a little bit more bigger than it actually is. And it's just more inviting, it gets you more light and stuff. So that's just a matter of your personal preferences, if I may. That really depends. So I really love that you have this nice 2 big windows. If you build a pool, you will have a nice view of your pool and your decking outside. Right over here is your master bathroom. And what I love is that you have the double sink. I would have preferred if they had it built it in such a way that you have her sink and his sink like on the other side, like I did it on my personal house. And, I don't want her anywhere near me. She takes over all my stuff, But that's different story. So you have this nice space, undermount sink, beautiful countertop with a nice cabinet. You have the MVP flooring, and then over here you have the frame walk-in shower with this beautiful tile that goes all the way up. You also have a light fixture right there. And look at the flooring right there. It's not your standard. This is something that when you build from scratch, you have to buy or pay extra for it. And then right adjacent to it, you have the water closet with the privacy door. I would have liked it a little bit more wider because I've seen some of their model. They have a little bit more wider water closet, and hallelujah. This is the Queen's Castle, I guess. This is where all the dresses and all the stuff goes. This is your master closet. I would have loved a little bit more because you do have more room, but it's a good size nevertheless. I think it would be making perfect sense, when you are able to go to IKEA and kind of turn this into a custom closet to be able to utilize all the space. Let me know what your thoughts are on this specific model, if this is something that works for you or not. Again, to recap, it's a 3 bedrooms, 2 bathroom, 3-car garage, 1,810 square foot, and the end price is $398,995. Your price will vary a little bit depending upon if it's a corner lot or a cloudy suck lot, so it might be another $5,000 or $10,000 more. HOA is $69, and CDD is about $199 a month. The HOA has 2 pools. One of them is built. They're building another one. It's going to have an amenity center with a gym. Let me know your thoughts. And if you haven't watched the video on Winter Heaven, please make sure to check it out, Orlando Living with D. And if Spanish is your main language, make sure to check out Orlandohomeshow in Espanol, where we do the same models in Spanish. And if you want to know more about everything related to brand new homes, make sure to check us out on our Instagram and TikTok handle. Until the next video, thank you for watching. Bye for now.